Ayo runners, it's your boy OMA, and it seems we have had some prestige tier items leaked from Marathon, and I want to take a little peek at them and just go through them, and let's decide if these things are OP or not. So the first 4 that we've got are actually cores for each specific runner. And the thing that I'm finding interesting about these is that in my mind, I believe that with Marathon, you upgraded your runner and it was permanent upgrades. These were things that you couldn't lose. But these actually have a credit cost on them. So I don't know if these are things that can be taken off of you and then other runners of the same character can use them or they can sell them or something. But they do have a credit cost. And that would factor into it. I'd say that if they are repurchasable and something that you have to buy every time you want to use them, that might decrease how OP they might be. But if they are just permanent upgrades and this is just a way of showing what that permanent upgrade is in the same format as every other core and item in the game, then that might make them a little bit more OP. But let's get started. So first up, we've got Locust with Impact Siphon. Incoming damage dealt to your riot barricade is returned to you as a shield energy. I don't know if that's particularly OP. I think it could be. It very much depends on how effective this is, how often we see players actually being able to use the shield. There's a lot of things that are going to play into this one because it's not necessarily directly OP, but I definitely think that used correctly it could be OP. So I'd imagine that maybe this one's a bit more situational. There's some situations where you're already getting shot at and it's not going to help you that much. Maybe you can bang the shield down really quick. It's going to depend on how quick the deployment is, how many times they can use it and stuff like that. It's things that we can't really say yes or no to yet, but I'd say there's potential for it to be OP, but at the moment I'd imagine it's probably going to be okay. So next we've got Microjet Efficiency Package for Glitch, and this is gain an additional microjet charge that generates less heat. From my understanding of everything we've seen in the trailers and stuff, heat is going to be the deciding factor on like stamina. So when runners are sprinting as bionic-y, like, you know, not actual humans, they probably don't actually have a stamina requirement. It's just the heat generation. So I think this is their way around, like how long you can run, how long you can like do stuff for is based on the heat generation. And this is just giving her an extra charge and that generates less heat. So I don't think it's necessarily OP. I don't think there's any real situation where this could be OP. I think that anything that Glitch could pull off with her standard charges, this isn't going to be too much different, I can't imagine. Maybe she can do it for a little bit longer. But realistically, if she was achieving what she was going to achieve with this, she probably could have done it with a standard one anyway. Next up is Intuition for Blackbird. And this is interrogation now triggers upon downing a hostile runner. And for those that don't get what this is, if you have ever played Fortnite and you remember back when they had interrogation where you would down a player and they are down but not out, you'd grab them and like shake them around and that would reveal the rest of their team to you for a short amount of time. That's what this does. It triggers that the second you down a runner. That is insanely valuable information. You are not risking anything to get it because you're just downing them, and the second you down them, you have just instantly gotten that sort of like that information of where the rest of the team is. This is OP. This is like, there's no way around it. Compared to the other ones, this is OP. Like, this is ridiculously valuable information given to you for free, just for that. All you have to do is focus on one runner and you have just been given location of the other two. Insane ability. I can't wait to use it. I truly hope I get to use it before this gets nerfed, but this is like as OP as it could possibly be. So the last one for the runner cores is Shadow Strike for Void. And this is your utility knife deals greatly increased damage when attacking from invisibility. To be honest, don't think it's OP at all. This is Void's gameplay. This is how he's intended to be played. He's a stealthy guy, and in most situations, you are either going to be flanking someone that your team's already fighting to use this, or you're going to be sneaking up on them. If you're flanking, that's just good tactics, and you probably deserve to do an extra bit of damage because you're likely now going to be behind the enemy, and you're now in a more vulnerable state than your team. Or you're going ahead and doing that initial strike to start the gunfight between two teams, and again, you're more vulnerable. So you kind of, it almost balances out that you get to do an extra bit of damage because you're now going to be in a vulnerable state. Because I'm imagining you're not going to stay invisible after you've just jabbed someone with your knife. And we've got two more. The next one is a backpack. So this is the 24XS Sneak Pack. And this gives you plus 24 slots, lovely little increase in space. But here's when it gets crazy. Invisibility when opening a container. Now, there's no specifics on how long this invisibility lasts and stuff. But if you can just like go up to like any container, say like a rare drop or something, you know, one of those crates that falls from the sky, and like start opening it and you instantly just become invisible. That's ridiculous. Like that is so strong. You know, it's double the price of any of the runner cores, so it's expensive by the looks of it. But there's like no way, like this is just crazy good. Again, it's situational, but this is like something you would use every single run. Having this, you are going to be pushing high tier loot every chance you get, because there's like so much less risk. Your team could even distract. Like you could say to them, hey guys, you stand over here, start shooting, I'm gonna sneak up there and just go and like take a little peek. And plus, this isn't specific to Void. This means any character can go invisible while looting. There's no specifics on how long it lasts and like if there's a limited amount of uses per round, anything like that. So again, there's like limiting factors that could nerf it a little bit. But on the face of it, this thing is busted. The last one we've got is actually an implant called Distance Runner V5. And the unique trait for this is sprinting does not build up heat for a short time after sliding. And this is what gives me the impression that heat is stamina in Marathon. It doesn't come without its downsides. It also increases your heat capacity plus 50, which is pretty good overall anyway. It just means that you can sprint for longer. And it marginally decreases your weapon handling and aim down sight speed. So there is a trade-off in this one, and that's nice to see because that's kind of like a balancing act there. But you know, people who get used to the controls, you're going to be able to abuse this pretty badly to be able to sprint across the map, because you're going to be able to slide, sprint for a bit, slide, sprint for a bit. And once you get that timing down, you will essentially be able to traverse the map at mostly max speed without ever slowing down. And I wouldn't say it's busted. I don't think it's particularly OP. I think it's really good, and I think it's something that you would have to learn how to use effectively. But also, sprinting everywhere isn't necessarily a benefit. You know, it slows down your like aim to sight. It slows down everything. You're not going to be as aware of everything happening around you as when you're moving tactically from location to location. So I don't particularly think this one's OP as well. Actually, I think this one's fine. Again, we have to see it implemented in game, and everyone's got to try these things out and see how it works for every type of playstyle. But on the face of it, I don't think it's OP at all. So those are the 6 that I've been able to find online. There's probably more, and I've just missed them, and I'm a muppet for it. But if I find more, I'll probably do another one of these videos. But for now, you guys let me know what you think of each of these things down in the comments. Let me know if you think they're OP. Let me know if you think they need to be nerfed. Just your general opinions on how these things function. Also, if you guys think that those runner cores are going to be things that you have to buy over and over again, or are they going to be a static upgrade to your runner? Let me know your opinions, and if you're enjoying the content and you want more Marathon content, stick around because there is going to be more. Catch you guys later.